Well, today's threats are just the latest in what is a growing trend across the country.
Mo Kennedy is the executive director of the National Association of School Resource Officers, and he joins us now live to talk about this. You know, I know it seems like a prank, but this could have very serious complications.
It absolutely can have serious consequences in many ways. First of all, when this type of call comes in, we're going to have an appropriate law enforcement response to these calls. We're going to assume that they're real. And when we respond in that manner, that certainly increases the level of danger for everyone. The other issue is the trauma, quite frankly, on the student body and on the staff as they are in the midst of receiving a call and assuming that it's real. So until it's determined that it's a fake call, it's real to them.
Mo, for the cases that have been investigated where the person who did it has been found, do they usually have a connection to the school? I guess I'm wondering, is this the unfortunate modern day equivalent to, pulling the fire alarm, like when we were kids?
For the most part, this seems to be beyond just, what happened in the past with fire alarms or with bomb threats, where sometimes it was actually a student that was calling it in or pulling the alarm. This seems to be a little more coordinated at the moment. We've seen a couple of outliers where, it does appear to be a little bit copycat oriented in some places, but by and large, it seems to be more coordinated in how this is taking place.
Does anyone have any idea what the motive might be?
I think so. I think that everything at the moment is speculation, and there are many things to speculate about. It does seem that many of these are coordinated and targeting a particular state in a given day. I think in Wisconsin today there were 11 or 12 of these, and they all seem to fit the same pattern in terms of the caller.
So what's your message when this happens to both the school community and to parents?
Yeah, first of all, we have to take it seriously. It's a little different than someone calling in a bomb threat. In this situation, we're receiving a call that there is an active shooter, actively shooting people, injuring people, possibly killing people. And so, again, we've got to respond in an appropriate manner. The school must do the same and follow their protocol for now. We can't allow ourselves to become complacent because if the real thing does occur and we're hesitant or we're complacent, that could cost lives.
So what are the current consequences if someone is caught doing this? I feel like if that may act as a deterrent to let people know that, and perhaps should those be increased?
Well, maybe they should be increased, but the current consequences, a lot of it is state by state. Some of it would wind up being misdemeanor. But there is a charge called terroristic threats that certainly gets it in line with a felony. It can result in prison time and extremely high fines. It is a serious crime, no doubt.
But it's such a delicate balance, and let's take the swatting incidents aside. I guess I'm referring to, a threat made at a school. How does a school resource officer and the police community decide the credibility of that? I think back to my kid's own school. In the last couple of weeks, somebody wrote something on a bathroom wall, and it led to a huge response.
You just made an interesting comment, a school resource officer and law enforcement. First of all, SROs are law enforcement officers, but here's the important thing. Does the school have an SRO or not? And if I could add to that, when we have a school resource officer that's on campus, that carefully selected, specifically trained officer, then we've got a much better chance anyway of diagnosing this situation more quickly and coming to the conclusion that it is indeed a fake call, a swatting call, so that we can slow down that emergency response.
It's such an emotional topic right now. It seems so inexplicable that someone would do this. Mo Kennedy, thanks for talking with us about it.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.